Hello my friends, welcome to Anna's Violets. I'm Anna and I help you grow beautiful and lush plants. In this video we're going to talk about 3 methods how you can easily propagate spider plants. Of course there will be some methods but also some tips how to ensure that you will propagate them with 100% success rate. So this plant is one of the plants that propagates itself. It's so easy to grow and it's so easy in general to propagate this plant. However, to make sure that you will have 100% success rate, basically any pup, any baby that you will propagate will be successful, I'm going to give you tips and also 3 methods how you can do it. Well, one of them will be, of course, putting the babies in water and they will grow roots. Sometimes you will notice that they grow even aerial roots on the flower spikes, and this will be even easier. Then you can wait a little bit until you see small tiny roots and then you can plant them directly in the soil, or still you put them in water, wait a little bit till they grow roots, and you can then plant them. Of course, to use this water propagation method, you need to put the babies in a very bright area, not under direct sunlight because they will be damaged, the leaves will be damaged and burnt. But of course, you can put them in a very warm place, in a very bright place, and then you will see that within a couple of days, the leaves, the roots will already start growing. This is perhaps the easiest way. However, in this case, you have 2 steps. So one, you place them in water and then you need to plant them in the soil. Of course, the second method is when you have the babies, you already plant them in the soil directly. So you cut the babies from the flower spikes and then you can immediately plant them in the soil. Again, putting them in a bright, warm area without direct sunlight, because while the plant is not well established yet, it still struggles a little bit, and if you keep the soil moist, the air humidity moist, humid basically, and in a bright place without direct sunlight, they will grow faster and the roots will be developed better. Now the tip here is that when you cut the plant, the baby plant from the mother plant, from the flower spikes here, and also on this side, I have a lot of them. This is just amazingly growing plant. What I would definitely suggest you doing is that you need to remove all these bottom small leaves that the babies don't really need, and you need to make sure that there will be no leaf that will be in the water. For example, here, when you put the stems into the water, make sure that the leaves are not in the water because they will get rotten, and this can kind of challenge the root growth and also rotting of the stems in general. Also, if you plant them directly in the soil, the same. Make sure that you remove the bottom leaves and leave only the stems. In this case, the success rate will be much higher. And you can plant them directly in the soil with roots or without roots. Of course, the easier will be then first let them grow roots in water, then move them into the soil. But even if you would like to just do it directly in the soil, this should be fine. They are growing very easily. Another tip that I would like to give you is when you remove the babies from the flower spikes, and if you have, let's say, a flower spike that is just empty like this without any baby, so I've cut the baby from here, you will need to also remove this flower spike, either the whole flower spike if it's empty completely, but here of course you see that there are other flower spikes growing from it and the babies are also growing from it. In this case, I would remove only this part of the flower spike, but I have also removed the whole flower spike from here, because what will happen is that this flower spike will not produce anything, no leaves, no babies, no flowers, nothing, and this will just get dry and basically attract insects that will come to feed on something rotten or something not healthy. So remove this and keep your plant as clean as possible. Now the third version, if you would kind of plant the babies right here without cutting them from the flower spikes, this will be the easiest and the safest method, because in this case you can just turn the flower spike and turn it and put it right in the pot of the mother plant, or you can have another pot with soil here and you can just put them on the surface of the soil, as these plants grow aerial roots very easily, especially if you grow them in a humid area. And to increase the humidity of the air, you can use a humidifier. If you would like to watch another video about the humidifier, how I use it myself, which one I use, what are the benefits, you can watch the link at the next video here. I put the link here and also in the description of the video. But basically you put the babies just like this, still attached to the flower spike, on the surface of the soil of the new pot, and only then when you see that these babies are growing, you will see new growth, new leaves, and also you will notice that the plant is already established, it has grown its roots, and also it kind of grows independently. Only then you can cut the flower spikes and put this plant somewhere else, far away from the mother plant, or close, but it doesn't matter. You can also move it from a place to a place, because then your plants, your babies, will be growing independently. These are the 3 methods that I can recommend you try all of them, see which one works best for you. And keep in mind that this plant is very low maintenance, so don't be afraid to experiment with it, to try with it to propagate, because honestly, after a while, you will even try to get rid of this plant, or at least part of this plant. Don't get rid of the whole plant, because it's absolutely adorable. You can grow it in baskets hanging. You can have it in this kind of taller pot. I grow it in the spring on the balcony, which is so beautiful. It starts to bloom. It's completely white in these white flowers, absolutely amazing in spring and summer, even in the autumn. And then I bring it inside and it grows in winter inside, and then I bring it outdoors again. But basically you will have so many pups, so many babies growing and propagating by themselves, that you will even like to share with your friends and with your colleagues and relatives, because these plants are growing just like crazy. I think even faster than Tradescantia. So yeah, if you have any questions, if you still have problems, or you would like to share your experience, please write them down in the comments. I will be really happy to learn about your experience, answer your questions, and I will see you in the next one. Stay passionate about plants.